Today on the Hangout, the Warriors. Also, the Warriors. And the Warriors. Plus LeBron James. Ooh, man down. More on Hangout. Basketball fans, welcome into Canada's home for Talking Hoops. This is the Hangout coming to you from the Air Canada Centre. This could potentially be the final Hangout of the year. Let's get into it, of course. Dan Gladman, a.k.a. Logan, a.k.a. Wolverine, a.k.a. Why Did You Fire Your Barber? Also the producer of the Toronto Raptors broadcast. What's going on?
I haven't been to a barber since I was 11 years old. What's a barber?
What
I go to a stylist.
A stylist.
Nonetheless,
a lack of
we have the professional segment of the show today.
Yes,
and
over
over
there.
here we have the scrubs.
Oh.
What? Shut. You mad because you ain't got no sneakers on today? You usually wear sneakers.
I'm wearing socks, too, as opposed to some people.
Whatever, anyways. He's a
He's
hater.
got socks on.
CBC fab, Dwight Drummond. What's going on, baby? How you living?
I'm wearing the work uniform.
Why you
today,
upstaging
man.
me so hard,
No,
man?
I'm hanging out in the suit today. I got a broadcast to go host, man. I'm sorry.
All right, fine.
Excuse me.
Well, you know, I can always rely on someone to make me look good on this couch. This week, it's Open Gym producer Randall Urban. What's going on, Randy?
How are you?
I'm
Did you
good.
see in your single, you got a mannequin back there. It's like the fifth member of the show.
Oh, good. Shout outs to the mannequin.
The mannequin will probably have smarter things to say than Akil, too.
Okay,
you
Dan,
two
Dan,
today,
a
man?
lot of animosity.
Hey, listen, you want some of this?
Hey, man.
Bring it.
I'm ready to go. You hate Kevin Durant. Start us up.
I
Let's
don't
go.
hate him. Listen, I don't hate him.
Oh, yes, you.
We'll address that later in the show. We got to start with first things first.
Yes.
Game 3, Cavaliers threw their best punch. Final score, 118 to 113. My question is, was last night the Cavs' final chance, Dwight Drummond, to make this a series?
I say no.
What?
It's not going to be a series. They're going to lose.
So then that was the final
Then
chance.
yes.
I think they're going to win one more. I think they're going to win one. I don't think LeBron wants to get
So
swept.
it's not a series, though.
Yeah, I
No.
agree. I agree.
I think they'll win one, but if you're asking me if it's going to be a series, we're not going to get the 7 games we were hoping for as basketball fans.
Tell J.R.
It'll be
Smith that.
4-1. It'll
Or
be
the person who
4-1.
hacked his account.
Or well, I say the same thing. I think the Cavs win Game 4. They go back to Golden State. Golden
Yeah.
State takes it, hoists the championship,
There you
says
go.
thanks for last year. Here we go.
Here's what is to me is the disappointing thing about that game last night. The Cavs had it won.
Yeah.
It was 113-107.
3 minutes, they lost.
A championship caliber team defending its championship on its home court down 2-0. You don't expect the game to end, what was it, an 11-0 run?
Yeah,
The last
3 minutes were
3:10.
brutal.
Since J.R. Smith hit that last shot and
Over.
like did his little whatever, you know, the holster.
I think he put his
And-
phone. He put his phone
Oh,
on his
it was his
holster.
phone.
Yeah, I think he carries his phone with him at all
okay.
times.
Okay, I
Easy
thought it-
access. He's like Trump. He just needs to tweet at all times.
I think that if you hit a 3, you should stop celebrating.
Yeah.
It's just 1 3. Like, stop celebrating.
Especially the team has been killing you with 3 set
Yeah,
records
I
with
never
threes
got
the
it like
whole
you,
game.
Randy.
No,
we
but
all,
I'm just
we all
saying.
don't get to fire up 23s a game.
Sometimes I'll look at my bench, and that's the most I'll do.
Okay. And you
I'm
give
not-
me a high
That was a
five
big.
after
That was a
yeah.
pretty big shot by J.R.
Sure,
Smith, though.
but
and,
what
you know,
happened after that? It makes you
Well,
look silly.
He looks really bad.
Celebrating
right
a little early, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so we all pretty much agree this will not be a series. This will end in the next 2 games or so. Dan, is it a 5 or a 4 game?
Why ask me? I've been wrong the whole way.
I've been wrong
through.
all the way
But
through.
yeah,
So we still do this.
this series is over. That was Cleveland's best punch.
5 or 4, Dan. 5 or 4.
Four. Golden
4?
State is the superior team, and they don't want to let this linger. They want to finish it off, and as I said the other day, be the best team in history and go 16-0
Hey,
in the
calm
playoffs.
down. Pump your brakes,
go that
fake
far.
Laker fan
Sorry.
in the corner. Quickly,
Sorry.
I want to ask this question. To you, what was the play of the game? Was it the pull-up triple by
Easy.
Kevin Durant on the
Yeah.
failed
Easy.
closeout?
Yeah.
Or let me throw something out here.
Throw it out there. throw it
Andre
back.
Iguodala getting revenge, the block on LeBron in the corner, or maybe it was that, I know Dwayne's gonna get mad at me, but that Kyle Korver missed 3 out of the timeout.
Nah, it's the 3, man. He came down. He's like, you're not going to respect me, dude? You're standing behind the 3-point line? Okay, dagger.
And
boom, look at
coming
that.
down the court
Oh,
with
my
some
goodness.
pace, too.
Yes.
That's not an easy
No,
shot, right?
no.
Like, he's in transition at a level of speed.
No, he did celebrate after he shot that 3. Are you okay with that?
He just spun,
You know what?
man. It was a little pirouette,
Just
man.
saying, because you took a hard stance with
I'm
JR.
good with the pirouette, but if you're like, forget it. I'm
That was an ice in my veins
Yeah,
shot. For
yeah.
him to do that in front of he's number 2 to the number 1, and he just took it in his face like that. That was beautiful.
Dan and I were out celebrating our network's pub night. You were not there.
He wasn't invited.
But there was I was looking up and down. I was in some really
How do we keep
stimulating
booking this guy on the show?
conversations, and I looked up, and it was like 6 or 7. I'm like, oh, right, this is great. It's going to be 2-1. I looked down, maybe had a couple of
Yeah,
sippies.
yeah.
And I looked up, and there's Kevin Durant. So that's a shot for me. That was the
Yes.
big one.
No
Hey,
question.
Jordan's shot over Byron Russell, Magic's hook shot in 1987, that shot by Durant that cements his legacy. That is a play that will be looked at for years and
Why?
years as an NBA
What?
Finals
It's
moment.
not a game 7. It's like a
Magic was game 4, okay? It was a pivotal shot, and it was
the game
right
3
in
legacy, I don't
LeBron's
know.
grill.
A
Yes,
game
I
3
just take
legacy,
it.
I don't know.
I know.
I don't know about
game
game
3. You're
legacy.
beating the crap out of a team. Legacy, whatever.
They were down by 2. Gave them the lead that they never relinquished and are on their way
Okay.
to a sweep.
I'll give you your moment, man. I don't know. I don't know what's up with you,
Kevin
man.
Durant
I
doesn't
don't,
know.
when we started this show, you were a hardcore Lakers fan. Within the 4 years of us doing this show, you completely transported yourself from Los Angeles to the Bay Area.
I'm
That's
not a
what-
fan of the Warriors. I'm just
Outta
calling
here.
what I see.
Anyways, moving on. Okay.
Raptors.
Go Raptors, yes.
What about the Cavs' performance in this series has disappointed you the most, Randy? Is it the players, the coaches?
Well, it was similar to last year in the first 2 games, right? They lost
Yeah.
game 1 by 15, game
Blowed
2 by
out, yeah.
32. So the plus minus going home down 2-0 was the same. So that was a little disappointing because throughout that whole Raptors series, I was like, this is the best basketball Cleveland's played the entire lifetime of LeBron's career. So I thought that they would come in, and I was probably one of the few ones that thought Cleveland would win. When I saw the experts saying Golden State in 6, Golden State in 5, Golden State in 7, I was like, pardon? Like Cleveland's playing at a level I've not seen. So I'm surprised and disappointed in their level of competitiveness in the first 2 games. I thought they should have won last night, so I don't really count
What
that.
surprised you guys about the way they attacked this series?
I think not even the overall series, but last night particularly, it's a hero ball team, right? You got these
ISO
2
ball.
great players who are going to take you one-on-one, and I just think Ty Lue, it was strategy of Kerr in the end that said, you know what, they're going to wear themselves out. Let them keep doing that. They're going to score 70 together. Great, no problem. At the end of the game, we're going to be ready for them, and they ran out of steam at the end. So I would say he got out-coached last night.
For me, it's been their lack of consistency. And we saw it in the regular season from them. We didn't see it as much in the playoffs because really they were playing inferior competition, as we can now say. But we saw this during the year with Cleveland. They're great for moments. They have an amazing quarter, but then they kind of go to sleep. And I think that's what we've seen in this series. You know, they come out great in the first quarter, but maybe something goes wrong or they can't contain a Golden State run, and all of a sudden they've played themselves right out of the game.
Basketball's so much about confidence and runs, and you saw against the Raptors series, they make 1, they make 2, they make 3, and all of a sudden you feel really good. Now you miss 1, then maybe you don't hit 3 against some team like Golden State. So I think that played a factor. But the amazing stat is LeBron was 46 minutes and they were plus 7. He sits for 2 minutes. They were minus 12 in those 2 minutes. That is incredible.
Wow, that is.
I didn't see
stat.
that.
I didn't see that stat.
That's
That is
amazing.
stat. That's the Nito stat of the night. Thank you, EJ.
Yeah.
All right.
By no
I
one.
saw that on-
He is sponsored.
I saw that on
by
Twitter.
Nobody. We will be
Unsullied.
back with more here on Canada's home for talking hoops. Bron James. He did his thing. Unfortunately, the rest of the Cavs were not up to snuff. The Warriors well on their way to a championship. We'll break down what's happening next on Hangout.